Hi, welcome to Georgian for Beginners, and today we will learn how to handwrite some of the Georgian letters. Exactly. So, basing on over 10 years of my experience as teaching Georgian language to non-Georgians, so some of the letters may be a little bit tricky. So we have chosen today five different letters that we will be showing you right now. I will be showing you right now how to handwrite them and how, using just very simple tips and tricks, you will start writing it as Georgians do. Exactly. Okay, so before we go into this new episode, for the first time I will be writing, not only talking and showing you words here. So let's see how it goes. But before that, if you are here for the first time, hi, my name is Asha Juba and I'm the owner and also the teacher of Georgian language in our publishing house and language school, Języki Kaukazu, Languages of the Caucasus. And what we do there, we teach you Georgian and we teach you about Georgian. As well, we publish study books and online courses you can use to study Georgian language. And in this series, Georgian for Beginners, we show you some pieces of information and helping you to learn it better and use it from different perspectives as well. And today we will focus about handwriting. We had another episode about in general how to learn the handwrite in Georgian, so you can go there after watching this video, and it is the part of this whole series. So as well, you will find in the description the direct link to the text version on our blog on języki-kaukazu.pl. You can go there and read how to learn how to write Georgian letters. Okay, so let's move on right now to writing Georgian letters. Okay, so we are back in this setup. So we will be looking at, let's study the Georgian alphabet. I'll be showing you those 5 letters on our study materials, and the link for this book you will find also in the show notes of today's episode. And the reason for that, you can also of course practice on the soft copy on ebook, because it is prepared also for you to write it with stylus. Just for me it is much easier to record that for you just using the hard copy, because for you it is just more visible, simply just the technical part. Okay, so the first letter that we will have, this is K letter, so the one that you will have, for example, in the word kargi. So if you want to say that, fine, it's okay, you say kargi, or for example you want to answer the question how are you, so rogor har, and then you will say kargatvar, I'm fine. So this is, and I'm well. And the reason why we focus on this letter, because we write it like that, we write it from the top to bottom, and it is quite similar to letter V that we have, as in the word var, for example. Yes, we have this letter here. And why it is similar, it is because this letter V, it looks a little bit like free, and letter, it has like the higher part, this it is not so round. So that is why many people write it looking like V, and then you have 2 letters looking exactly like V. Okay, so let's look right now how to write this letter. Okay, so we are in one of the exercises, and if you look at here, we have it written also in those patterns that you want to have to write, and those upper, lower, medium part of Georgian alphabet and Georgian letters. So you may start with writing it. I will put it maybe this way so you will see it better. You can put it like that, and then write it here. Yeah, so we do a little bit not the full circle or half of the circle here, and just big belly, let's say this K letter has. So this is the way how you want to write it. And what is very important, you have to write it from top to bottom, because otherwise it will look like letter P. Yes, it is quite similar and often it happens. So this is why you want to start with very small round parts on the top and bigger belly then. Okay, so let us know whether you have already written it this way, or maybe you will now, after listening and watching that, you will start differently. So let's move on to the next letter I want to show you. Okay, so the next letter I want us to focus on, it is the letter A. Yes, simply as it is, for example, in Albany, the alphabet in Georgia. So the way how to write it, it's very important, like where you start and where you finish with this letter, because you have to start from the bottom and go up. And only thanks to that, you will not have like a circle if you start from the top. I know, I just, when my students send me also the exercises, I can look at it and verify for them whether they write it correctly. By this I mean as Georgians do. Simply I can immediately notice if they write it different way, because it simply looks different. So what you do, you start from bottom, then you go up like that. So let's look at the exercises right now. Okay, so let's look maybe together with letter K that we have just seen. So you write it like this. You start from bottom and then go up. Yes, like this, from bottom to up. And if you want to combine it together, you go like this. You go K, you start from the top to bottom, and then your hand is already like marking and on the direction of like right hand side, and then you start your A. So it is like that. K and A. K, and we are already ready for A, and we start A. Yes, so this is the way how you can write A. Let's move on to the next one then. Okay, so the next one I wanted to show you, this is the letter P, like for example in OPC. OPC, yeah, so letter P, that is often when you see the transliteration, it can be marked as F letter, or it can be in the words like prangy, so the French person, and here is a little bit like, it looks not so complicated letter, but there is one trick that will really help you write it in the correct way, and it won't look like the Latin O with some free somewhere there, because you will start writing, we start from here and we do a circle, then we come back to the place where we started, and without putting like up our pencil or pen, we start the next part. So what is very important in this letter, it is not like you just write a circle and then just have a break and just write like V in Georgian. No, it is, you write it everything together. Yes, you will write it this way. Okay, so let's look at the example how to write it. Okay, so we have our exercise where we just practice writing in our study book, and then what you want to do, just a summary how to write it, we go like this and put it together in just one run. Let's say you start here, yeah, so you start here and then you go to this direction, yeah, so like that, and go here. And the reason why also I'm using pencil, I do encourage you as well to start writing with pencil, because then you can just simply erase it and you will have like a new space for additional, maybe more beautiful Georgian letters. Yeah, so let's look at P. Once again, it will look like this. Okay, so let's look at another letter. This is what you look at the moment that you finish, or you are about to finish our ebook. Let's study the Georgian alphabet. You also receive like a cheat sheet where it's like everything written together. And what we have here is, and what I want you to focus on right now also, this is the letter G, like in Gamar Joba. So this letter looks differently the moment that you print it. So this is how it looks when you print it, and this is how you write it. Yeah, so it looks a little bit different. If you start learning Georgian, for you it looks totally different. I know, I was there. I was one like many years ago, although I still remember how it was just starting learning Georgian on my own. So this is the letter as we have in Gamar Joba. So this is the letter G, and we print it this way, so we type it this way. However, we write it this way. So let's look right now how to write them, because you have to, of course, remember how those letters, how to read them when they are printed, and the other part is how to write them. So this is our letter J as it is in Gamarjoba. So we write it this way. So we have this part like a Christmas, this lollipop or something. So we write it this way. And then we just have this dash here. So we start from top to bottom, and this is one of the letters, there are not that many, that you will write just to have like in two stages, because first you have to write it like this and then put the dash. It is impossible for anyone, also for Georgians, to write it in one go. So you write it this way. This is how we will write it in Georgian. Exactly. Okay, so the final letter that I want to show you right now, this is the letter K, like in kartfeli, so Georgian. So this is also the letter that sometimes may be tricky, because some of you write it this way, that you do like and just add this line here. And I have never seen that it will look like exactly like this Georgian letter, only because you have to write it simply different way. So you start from the top. Very often in Georgian, with Georgian letters, you start from the top. So you start from the top, go down, and just add this part here. So this is how you would write it. Let's look at the example in the exercises. So what we have here, this is ko. So this is one of the ways how you can learn as well, not only writing but also pronunciation, to have the two letters like vowel and the consonant together, or opposite consonant and vowel together. So we will learn the proportions as well from this exercise. So we will focus on the last fifth letter. So we start from the top, go down, add this letter, add this part here, and as you may notice already, we are already on the right hand side, so we are ready to go and to start with next letter O in this situation. So we go like that. So we go down, up, and O, yes, and then we write ko very, very fast, much faster than if you try to do it differently, and it really looks like as Georgians would have written it. So the last one, ko. Exactly like this. So how was it? Let me know. I'm very curious whether there were those 4 and 5 letters you are struggling with, or maybe you have any other letters that you don't know how to write, or maybe you are just somehow you cannot find whether this is this letter or not, and you cannot remember them. So let us know in the comments how whether you like videos also like this, and remember, if you want also to know how to learn the Georgian alphabet, we have one additional video about it, and the book that we were working on, this is our study book. You will find it in ebook form that you can like immediately download after purchasing it from our website, from języknikaukazu.pl, and you can start on your own immediately in those 5 lessons that are included in this study book, in almost 20 different exercises, about 17 pages for just handwriting, and over 20 additional exercises to play with the Georgian alphabet. You will find it in this ebook, and let me know in the comments how were those letters that we learned today, whether it will improve your writing, and maybe do you have any other questions. Just a reminder, remember to follow us, like it, and the direct link where to find this ebook that we are working on, you will find in the description of today's episode, in the show notes. So it will be on our website in general, but the direct link you will find in the show notes here. Okay, thank you very much for today. Remember to like it, to subscribe our channel so you won't miss any other video from Georgian for beginners, or maybe our podcast if you are listening to our podcast about Caucasus as well. Thank you very much. See you in the next video and episode. Bye bye.